We're live.
We live, baby.
All right. Well, Wes, you're down at Ocean Isle, North Carolina. You're in a whole nother state, man. You guys ready to go offshore fishing or what?
Oh yeah, we got up here about mahi, hopefully some wahoo, some blackfin. Then we're gonna go do some bottom fishing for some beeliners, some grouper. We plan to stay out probably. We should be back in about dark tomorrow, so it's probably gonna be a 12, 13-hour day on the boat. I don't know why my dome might be on.
How long of a ride are you looking at to get out there?
I'm not actually sure. I think I think we'll be out probably 3 hours, 3.5 hours. It's just depending, but you there?
Sorry about that. Oh, you're good.
But yeah, it's gonna be probably a 3-hour ride, roughly guess. It depends on how fast we're gonna run. But it's gonna be a good day.
What kind of boat you in?
I thought this boat was bigger than this. It's a 25-foot contender with 2 Yamaha 150s. Nice boat. Nice boat.
That's definitely an offshore boat.
So
you and Peter, y'all already got some ballyhoo rigged up, you said?
Yeah, we went down and hung out with Peter today. You know, and he was showing me how to rig ballyhoo up. And then we went for a ride in his boat. Peter's got a nice Cape Horn, by the way. We were riding in his boat, and then we came back and went over to the tackle shop. And I ain't gonna say how much money I spent because my wife's watching. And then we went out, came back to Keith's house. Keith invited us over here to eat tonight. So we wound up coming over here to eat, and he had to go to work. So we wound up going to where he works at, eating supper. And his wife's a waitress there. And then they invited us to spend the night. So we're just going to stay here with these guys tonight. And, you know, they invited us to stay tonight. And then I think we're going to cook out tomorrow when we get back, when we get off the boat.
Wow. Cool deal, man.
Yeah. Peter is an awesome guy. He's as cool as he in person as he is on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. I've met him. So you guys rigged up some ballyhoo. You used single strand wire?
Yeah. I think he used mono on 2, and the rest was single strand. Let me see if I can get Peter on here with us for a minute. Oh,
okay.
Hey, Peter, come here for a second. I don't know how I could get us. Can you widen the camera, JR?
What you got?
There's Peter. Oh boy.
I'm hiding in the midst of the darkness here.
I can't find the camera to get it. There he is. There he is.
Peter, Wes said that you rigged up a couple on mono too. That must be for the tough bite.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, they're on 4 carbon leaders, and don't tell me you want a 40-pound fluoro, you know, for the finicky tuna, but you got to put those bad boys like 250 yards behind the boat. So yeah.
Yeah. Those are going to be your shotguns, huh?
And that's the one that he'll be reeling in, because I want to see him puffing and puffing the whole entire time. You know, I might even put in low gear so he does the extra spinning on that handle.
See, only Peter would leave it in high gear on me just to watch me huff and puff.
Well, that's awesome. Are you guys going to be going out offshore out about 50 miles?
Oh, it kind of depends on what we see in the charts here tonight, tomorrow morning. You know, I keep track of all that. As of right now, what I saw this morning, I would say ballpark 55 miles, but that could change in an instant, you know. And mind you, cloud cover kind of plays a big role in that, and there really has not been a good sat shot today yet, but it looked like it was improving for this evening. So with that said, probably ballpark 55, 65 miles. I'm not afraid to go 80 miles if the weather's right, which it's looking that way, but I don't think that's going to be necessary tomorrow.
Well, that's you guys going to be fishing temp breaks?
Yeah, more so temp breaks. So what I'm looking at, a couple things. Number 1 is a temp break. Number 2 is current, and I'm kind of looking for a spin-off off the current there. And from what I have seen this morning, there is not a defined temp break out there. I mean, there's warm water out there, but it's not like 65, 68, boom, 74. It is kind of sort of a gradual increase out there. So there's really no hard break in our range for tomorrow. But like I said, anything warmer is better.
So the water temps out there is about the same as there are here in the lakes around.
Yeah, so inshore, so on the beach, the water's warmer because obviously shallower water, warm that. So on the beach might be a little warmer, but as you get in that 15 to 30 mile range, it kind of stays, it's a little cooler. We're not talking about anything drastic, 2-3 degrees. Right. And then as you get out there in that 40-mile range, it starts increasing again. And then as you get out there to the edge of the break, I think I've seen 74 to 78 right now.
Wow. Okay. So that's what you're looking for.
Correct.
So you're going to be trolling about 6 miles an hour? Or
yeah, I like about 6.5 knots, give or take. We'll bump it up. We'll go faster or slower, in between. But I don't go any slower than 5.5. But 6.5 seems to get it done overall. 6.5, 7, and might even bump it up to 8. But it depends on how many wahoo are out there. And right now, the wahoo are kind of thinning out. So, the mahi, yes. Seems like success in that 6.5 knot range, which equates to about the same miles per hour.
Right. So we're going straight ballyhoo on everything.
We're gonna change it up. We got ballyhoo. We got there's one thing that I put out there is a cedar plug. Usually when the bite gets tough on that long shotgun rod as well, smaller in size. Sea vixens.
Are you going to run just a single cedar plug, or are you going to run it on a daisy
I have it
chain?
trailed. I have it, on a daisy chain, exactly.
Okay.
It's like 3 or 4 small squids followed by the cedar plug out there.
Yeah.
Same thing. You put that bad boy way back there, 200 plus yards away from the wash of the engine there. But so it's a combination of everything, colors. Kind of play around with it. Got the planter rod. And the hopes is to get this old fart his first wahoo. So
that would be insane. That would be insane for him to catch his first wahoo on his very first offshore trip, and that would be
major things.
That would be awesome.
We're approaching sailfish season right now, so that's not the question either. So
now, does Wes know that the tradition is to whenever you break the back of the ballyhoo and you squeeze the poop out of it, you have to take that poop and rub it under your eyes.
I was going to tell him that later on, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah.
It's kind of like deer hunters, how they have to smear the blood after they kill their first deer.
Well, we'll get that wahoo, get that blood under his eyes, kind of like, the other.
You got to take a bite of its heart. You have to take a bite of its heart.
That's right.
This ain't no deer hunting shit, fellas.
Y'all be careful on your way out.
We're going to try, So normally, on a typical trip, we get started at 3 a.m., 3:30, but, we're playing it more so on the safe side tomorrow with a 4:30 departure, and that way at least we have a little ambient light to poke through, so that should not be a problem. If I had a dedicated crew that they've done this before, I wouldn't be against going at 3 a.m., 3:30 somewhere thereabouts. But playing a little more safer by ear. We got a lot of waterway to navigate tomorrow morning. Not the typical place I put in at or launch out of, but we got let's say 4 or 5 miles of waterway to travel prior to hitting the inlet. So playing it safe. It's not about catching a pile of fish; just getting out there safely first thing.
That's right. That's right.
As a wise man once told me, you don't get a boat to go fishing, and you get a boat to come back safe after fishing. So
I like it. Yeah, well, those hopefully those stripes will be lit up for you tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, Wes, are you excited?
Oh yeah, I can't wait. This is going to be. I'll tell you, I've been offshore plenty of times, but Richie never has. So he's got. Did he go ahead and put his Dramamine patch on?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
we've got him all Dramamined up, and so.
The best thing you can do is get plenty of rest.
And like Keith, we ain't gonna rest tonight. You know better. But like Keith told him, he said, if you think about it, if you think you're gonna get sick, you will get sick. So, the craziest thing to me about being seasick, and I've seen people do it, but let's see, is it don't matter how sick you are. Even if the boat's sitting still, you're just barely moving, you're still sick as shit. But as soon as your feet hits a dock or land, 2 seconds later, it's gone like it never was there. And that's just the most amazing thing to me with seasickness.
I don't think it's as bad on an outboard boat. I mean, I think it's really bad when you're on a diesel.
You know what's really bad also, we can troll all day and he might not get seasick. And like I said, the weather tomorrow is supposed to be pretty. But I mean, the weatherman's only right 1 out of 10 times, so who effing knows, until the day happens. But trolling out there all day, he might not get seasick. But the moment we stop to bottom fish for grouper snapper, boom, that's when it might hit. Because it's normally if someone gets seasick, that's generally when I see it, when the boat is motionless. So yep.
I don't think Wes is going to get sick. I don't know about Richie, but I got confidence.
I'll tell you right now, if he gets sick, y'all going to hear it. So might be some photos, video.
Yeah.
Hey, and if I don't catch no fish, you're really going to hear it.
Well, hey, I can guarantee you at least a shark.
I don't say that word.
Sharks ever. This ain't damn catfish, all right?
Oh, well, here we go.
Yeah.
Damn catfishmen and sharks, man, I tell you.
Damn.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully y'all get, man, it would be awesome if y'all caught some dolphin, man. Are there any bulldog? They're going to be bull dolphin out there?
We are in the so over the weekend it's been a very hot bite out there. Shocking enough, the weather looked like it's going to suck all weekend long. And
go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just asking
the weather last weekend was supposed to suck all weekend, but all of a sudden I guess the weatherman again was wrong, and so locals fished Saturday and Sunday, and they had an amazing time out there with the bulls. So yes, they are out there, but we're literally down to the last weeks of it's really day to day, man. But sometimes fast fishing, sometimes you pick away at 3 or 4 in a day. But once that water warms up, these fish will start pushing inshore, and you don't have to run that far out. So, but the bigger ones will roll north. So right now, like this next, I'm going to say week and a half window is when you want to get out there in our area we're at right now, at least, to get your bigger dolphin. I mean, there was, I'd say 2 weeks ago, 2 3 weeks ago was also a good time. But like I said, this little 5-week window right now we're at is when you want to be out there. And we're starting to hit the tail end of it now. And unfortunately, we're in the very tail end of Wahoo season now, too. So,
yeah. Ryan O'Neill said, where are you going offshore? They're going out of Ocean Isle, Ryan. And Scott Perry said, I'd be scared to ride offshore with an Allegiant pilot.
Oh, it's too bad I'm not a pilot for Allegiant, but
It's you're not. It's like Regent, right?
What's that?
Who are you a pilot for?
Frontier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that even worse or is that better?
It's a hell of a lot better.
Of course it is, because you work for them.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, JR, he pilots those big ragged ass Airbuses too.
Yeah. Airbuses are that's the Cadillacs, man.
That's the Cadillac, yes, sir.
Man, well, that big
It
Cadillac
makes a man lazy quick. I promise you that.
That big Cadillac outfit won't sound like it's gonna come apart.
That's because you flew for Allegiant, I guess. You flew on Allegiant.
Yeah.
That's why.
Hey, when I worked at the airport, the myth was that the Boeings would drop straight down, but the Airbus would drop straight down, but the Boeings could glide. Is there any truth in that?
So I can get technical with you on that and say yes, it's true to that. The reason why is because these Airbuses are programmed for fuel savings, and so you hit a certain point, and the dang nose just pushes straight down to get your best distance, glide, everything to hit your certain point at a certain altitude. So yes, there's definitely truth to it.
Okay. And he put it back on Peter.
Oh, my arm got tired. I'm holding on with my arm.
Yeah.
Well, you knew you were going to be live. You should have took a phone holder with you.
Well, I'm at somebody else's house, and I don't want to just go up in their house and
make yourself at home.
And yeah, so I'm out here in the truck.
We live, baby.
We live, baby. Or say, hey, Keith, we're live. I'm gonna go live in your house, Keith.
Yeah, sure. Give me about 2 minutes. Sure. But, give me about 5 minutes, roughly.
But anything else you'd like to ask him, JR, that you're gonna ask me when he leaves, and I won't have a damn clue?
No, I mean, you're using the single strand wire. I'm sure it's probably what
number 9 wire. Number 9.
So what pound would that be? What strength?
I believe. Don't quote me on it. I want to say 109.
Okay, so that's
107.
pretty
I don't know,
heavy.
something thereabouts. Yeah. Actually, I played around the wire size for a while, and this is more so for the wahoo fishing.
Well, then
but,
why did I buy that cable for leader that's 275 pounds, 49 strand?
That's for something different that you're doing there.
What am I doing different?
The number 9 for the belly hook.
Oh, that's right. You want it more live, and okay, yeah. And I'm pulling the rig. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying them all. Number 9 seems to get it done time in and time out. But we got that, and then again, we're towards the tail end of a wahoo season, so I like to start out with all wire, and then from there we'll transition to mono, fluorocarbon, the whole works. But mahi don't care, man. They're stupid as all get out. So
well, I don't think it's so much that they're stupid. I think it's that they're the fastest growing fish in the ocean, and they have a major appetite.
that's correct. Yeah. Well, technically, a wahoo is a very fast-growing fish too. But wahoo, I guess I'm gonna honestly say that wahoo will compete for the most dumbest fish out there. I mean, they really will hit anything if it wiggles the right way. I mean, these fish will come out of nowhere and bam, But some of the old timers say that wahoo will eat a soap bottle sometimes, which is true. You see some things that you wouldn't imagine they eat. But
didn't you say they hit a plate? They tore one of your planer boards at one time.
They
hit the planer
on my
board?
last trip a week and a half ago, we had one absolutely nail the planer, popped the whole entire rod and everything. Lost planer, the shock leader. I mean, y'all know that adds up quick. So yeah,
you hear of guys like actually painting their swivels and their weights, cigar weights, and everything like that black.
Painted black also.
To try to get them to stay away from it.
And there's no doubt about it was a dang wahoo that hit it, because that whole dang rod flexed up like that, and then all of a sudden went slack. So yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I don't want to hold you guys up. You guys need to get some rest, especially you, Wes. We don't need you getting seasick on us.
I'm gonna stay on with you a few more minutes.
Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna take off because we gotta run and get last second supplies, water, that kind of stuff.
Do I need to move again?
Okay. Okay. All right. See you, Peter. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, listen, man. Peter, he is as cool in person, if not more, than he is on Facebook. Yep. And I didn't realize till today he's on the chain gang. I was like, really?
Yeah, he recently got put on the chain gang. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, "Well, I'm a shit talker too." He said, "They're not gonna bother me."
Well, I mean, he definitely, actually, yes. I mean, I think that's why I think Scott invited him, is because he already acted like he was in the chain gang anyway.
Oh yeah, from our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I can get on that chain gang. He said, I promise you, bud. He said, I got tough skin. He said, I know how. He said, I'm better than Chris Ovis at pissing somebody off and not even never using a cuss word.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Until they come out. So,
okay. Yeah. Peter's back. He wants to talk some more.
Okay. Well, do y'all have some y'all taking any spinning rods with you?
No. That's what I thought was weird. I said, y'all don't have a spinning rod on the boat? He said, no.
No spinning rods.
So let me take that back. I do have a spinning rod, or maybe 2 on the boat to pitch in case a school of yellow hornets show up.
Right.
Other than that, that's the only reason the spinning rod is there.
You said a school of yellow hornets?
Yeah, that's a big old
200 mahi.
It's a big old pile of mahi. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take off.
Chicken dolphin.
Yo,
see you, buddy.
Yep. See ya.
All right. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a blast. Like I said, this guy Keith invited us over to his house. Saved us, motel bill. Taking us out to where they're not charging us nothing. Just we're all splitting the gas. Even Keith is. He's just taking us fishing. So all you people that's talking about guide, no, this is not a guide. Well, it's a guided trip, but I didn't have to pay for it. How's that?
I mean, technically, it's really not. I mean, is he a guide?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Well, I guess it kind of is a guided trip.
But we're just paying for gas. It's not like a $3,000 trip.
Right.
And I don't know. Come here, Keith. I don't know if y'all can see him or not, but this is our Captain Keith right there.
Is that the captain?
Yeah.
Hey, Captain.
You all right?
Yes, sir. Don't let Wes get sick. If he does, make sure you give him a hard time, okay?
I'll definitely give him a hard time. Yeah, y'all be careful, man. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna have a blast, man. We can't wait. Everybody that I've met up here so far has just been awesome, dude. Which most of the people that I've met in fishing, besides Billy Davis, Brian Bear, people like that, have really been awesome. So my percentage rating is like 99% good, 1% bad. So.
Are you gonna take a dip while you're out there, Wes?
No.
No?
No.
I always did.
I'm not getting in nothing where sharks are around and you got a bunch of fish swimming.
Yeah, but I mean, you could see forever. You can see a shark coming at you.
Yeah, I know.
Just roll out of his way.
Yeah. So get on by, homeboy.
Yeah, they're usually lethargic.
But yeah, and like I said, Richie, he's all Dramamined up. He's already got a bus from Dramamine. He's back there now. His eyes are floating around. So
as long as he gets some rest, he'll be fine.
Who all's watching? I can't see nothing.
We got James Long. Let's see. James Long just said, can you read that?
No, I can't. I ain't got my glasses. I'm on my phone.
He said, we all know how this ends. Next week, JR and Wes will be live in Peter's holes.
That's right. No, you don't listen. See, and let me tell y'all something. For y'all people that don't understand, there's probably never even been in saltwater, and the only closest you ever get to it is watching it on a YouTube video. You don't have holes and spots in the ocean. Tell them what you have, JR.
You have temperature breaks. And
no, how do you know there's no such thing as a spot or a fishing hole?
Right.
You have numbers. We fish numbers.
Yeah.
Coordinates.
Right. Yep.
I can pronounce it. I just can't spell it.
But latitude,
longitude. But yeah, it's it's gonna be. I've never specifically wahooed fish before, dude. And some of these lures are pulling, and they're pulling like weighted. What do you call them? Leader weights.
Yeah, cigar weights is what I call them.
Yeah, yes, man. One of these weights weighs like 22 ounces.
Yeah, that's a light one. Yeah, I got some that are 40 plus.
And that's just, I'm like, damn. Hell, I'd hate to have to reel that in without.
Well, I mean, you gotta think you're trolling at 15 miles an hour for the wahoo. I mean,
yeah,
you can troll slower, but you can troll up to 20 miles an hour even. And to get those weights, to get those lures subsurface, you got to have all that weight.
Now, he showed me how to rig the planer boards, the metal planer boards, and that's a totally different concept than what I'm used to.
Yes.
Totally different.
Yeah, you can actually trip. You can actually trip them. You just yank on them, and it'll pull that ring up to the front, and they won't dig anymore, and you can actually get them in that way. But like Scott and I were talking about, we just hook ours to our cleat.
But yes, I said we should have fun tomorrow. I mean, I just think it's cool being up here. I've never been up here before. I like going places I've never been before. Since they put GPS out on a phone, I don't give a damn where I go because I know I can find it.
Yeah.
Didn't have to pull a boat up here, nothing. Just put a bag of clothes in. Come on up here and get on a boat and fish. So
that's awesome, man. Well, have a blast, brother. I'll be living vicariously.
Well, I was gonna say, Gerald, I'll try to, as much as I can, take some video. And then I might send it to you and just kind of let you put a little something together like you did last time.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Just don't do me like you did at Chesapeake Bay.
Okay. All right. I'll try not to.
Is Scott Perry on here?
He is.
Who all's on here?
Well, I got a couple Facebook users, and then I have Ryan O'Neill, James Long, Michael Ward, Sean Abney, Ryan. Let's see. Zach Watts, Catfish with Lee Wayne, Joseph Harrison, Daryl Barney. That's about it.
Good deal. What's up, everybody?
That's everybody that's commented anyways.
But it's been a long day. I'm gonna fix it and go in here and take me a shower.
Don't lose your cigarettes tomorrow.
Huh?
Don't lose your cigarettes tomorrow, please.
I'm actually, believe it or not, Lori told me to try something, and so tomorrow's gonna be the test. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take a half a pack of cigarettes out there with me tomorrow.
That's a horrible idea.
And I'm going kind of, listen, dude, everybody picks at me and they talk about my breathing. I know my breathing's bad.
Well, this trip isn't going to fix your breathing.
Yeah. And it's not going to get better. And I know I'm going to have to quit smoking, and I'm just going to be an ill SOB. I'll be hard to get along with.
But I don't want you to be ill out there with your new friends out there offshore.
Oh, no, I'm talking about when I quit and I just get down where I'm not smoking nothing. And then somebody's going to say something to me on Facebook, and I'm going to want to go kill them and their mama. It's going to be brutal.
Yeah. See, Scott agrees with me. I don't think this should be the trip where you only take half back.
What'd he say?
He said, "Boy, don't do that."
Damn.
Yeah.
Scott, why ain't you in the bed? I thought you had to go make some plastic in the morning.
That boy doesn't get much sleep. Zach Watts said that's a terrible idea.
Hey, Perry works his ass off over at that plant. More than 12 hours getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Scott said when he gets up at 4, drinks his coffee, gets to work, he said he don't even talk to nobody until about 10 o'clock. What'd he say? I can't read it, James.
He said, "We have been with you without cigs."
No. Yes. Something serious. But
hey, go get in the bed, Wes.
All right, man. Listen, I appreciate everybody tuning in a little bit tonight, but I will try to get a bunch of video up. Let JR put it together. Maybe we can show a little bit of it on next week's show.
Sounds good.
Scott Perry.
Film horizontal.
Scott Perry. Huh?
Film horizontal, not vertical.
All right. Wide like this.
Yeah, like that.
When you start the video, like start it wide.
Make sure you start it wide. Yes.
Yeah, start it wide.
Because if you start it this way and then turn it, then it'll still be vertical.
Yeah. All right. Scott Perry, I need to tell you something very important. As soon as I get off the show here, call me right quick before I go in. I need to tell you something. Everybody else, JR. Joe, yeah, JR, I know you've been spending a lot of time with your daughter. That's awesome.
Thank you.
She have a good time tonight?
She did. We went and saw that Doctor Strange movie, and I actually picked up on something in that movie that I bet most people didn't. You remember that movie, The Evil Dead, back in the I guess it was probably 70s, 80s?
Marvel movie?
No, Evil Dead.
Oh.
Then The Army of Darkness. Remember the guy with the chainsaw? They put the chainsaw on his arm.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I didn't see the movie.
Well, yeah, that guy, the guy that played in that movie, his name's Bruce something. I can't think of his name, but actually, he was actually in this movie, Doctor Strange, and this particular Doctor Strange movie happened to be kind of dark, and there was this scene where Doctor Strange inhabited a dead body from another universe where he had died, and when he inhabited the body came to life, and the arm come out of the grave like that, like on the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And that guy Bruce was in the movie. He was the guy that squirted mustard in his face. And I happened to put those things together. I bet nobody else has done that.
That's awesome. Well, as long as you had a good time, buddy, that's all that matters.
We had a great time. Y'all boys be careful. Don't get sick. Get some rest. And we'll see you later, buddy.
All right. Perry, call me right quick. See y'all next week.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, buddy.